What's up? What's up, my Mind Your Money business folks? It's me yet again with another video on today's stock market news. And as always, hopefully you're in the market and not trying to time the market, because that is simply impossible to do. So hopefully you guys are investing and you're not straddling the fence. So let's see what happened today. It says the stock market, the S&P 500, Nasdaq notch fresh records as Oracle soars. Inflation data on deck. It says U.S. stocks mostly edged higher on Wednesday as Oracle blowout revenue forecast lifted AI hopes. Meanwhile, wholesale inflation unexpectedly declined last month, bolstering the case for the Federal Reserve to cut rates next week. The S&P 500 climbed 0.3% to notch a fresh record, while the Nasdaq also closed above the flat line to eke out a new record. And the Dow Jones Industrial Average, which includes fewer tech stocks, fell 0.5% from its record high. So Oracle stunned Wall Street as its CEO said its cloud revenue will skyrocket thanks to a big jump in bookings from the who's who of AI. Its shares jumped over 40% Wednesday despite a quarterly earnings miss amid optimism that the AI infrastructure build out, seen as a fueling stocks gain, is finally picking up pace. So elsewhere, a reading on wholesale inflation came in much cooler than expected, showing producer prices actually declined on a month-over-month basis versus expectations for a 0.3% increase. So year over year, the producer price index is up 2.6%, also lower than expected for 3.3%. So the data sets the stage for the consumer price index release on Thursday, the last clue to price pressures before the Fed's policy meeting next week. Yeah, I think the Fed's meeting on the 17th. So markets have been more focused on labor market data, however, to gauge the Fed's next move. A revision to U.S. jobs number on Tuesday confirmed weakness in that market, cementing the conviction that a September rate cut is coming and stoking a rally in stocks. So Fed Governor Lisa Cook is likely to take part in that Fed rate decision next week after the judge blocked President Trump from removing her amid allegations of mortgage fraud. Trump has targeted Cook in pursuit of lower interest rates. So on the trade jump front, Trump has urged the EU to join the US in imposing a new 100% tariff on India and China. Media reports said the tariff hikes are meant to push Russia, President Putin in particular, to participate in talks on the Ukraine war. Tensions in the region are rising after NATO member Poland shot down Russian drones that entered its airspace. Right? You enter the airspace, they can shoot you down. So yeah, that's pretty much it for the market. Let's see what happened with some stocks, because I got to get out of here. What happened today? So SPLG, S&P 500 ETF, gained 23 cents today, closing out at $76.75. Broadcom, wow, Broadcom, whoa. Broadcom gained $32.90 today. Wow, closing out at $369.57. Maybe I should put on my glass. Yeah, that's $32.90. Palantir gained $4.38 today, closing out at $166.74. Tesla gained 82 cents today, closing out at $347.79. Nvidia gained $6.57 today, closing out at $177.33. FTEC, Information Technology ETF, gained a nice $2.85 today, closing out at $347.79. Meta lost $13.72 today, closing out at $751.98. And Apple lost $7.56 today, closing out at $226.79. And that's it for today's stock market news, people. Quick flash. Not a whole lot. So that means I did good. I did very well in the market today. All green. Hopefully you also made some money today. I made most of the money while I was sleeping, which is a great thing. So continue to invest. If you are investing, if you haven't made the decision yet, then hopefully you'll make it soon. However, make sure that you have control, at least 100% control over all of your money. Most people are in debt. And the reason why you're in debt, well, there are many reasons why many people are in debt. But if you don't have any money to invest, it could be because you're in a lot of debt. So you need to get out of debt. In order to get out of debt, you need a plan. And that plan is called a budget. And that budget is where you're going to tell all of your money where to go each month. So you can stop trying to figure out where it went. So within that budget, you take all the money that you have coming in after taxes, and then you start subtracting all of your bills, your house mortgage, rent, your utilities, your insurances, gas, food, whatever it takes. Well, everything that it takes. And also, normally when you create a budget, you will learn to start cutting expenses. Stop going to Starbucks every day, every morning. Save yourself hundreds of dollars a month. Stop eating out as much. You save yourself hundreds, possibly even thousands of dollars a month. You cut off some of these automatic subscriptions that you don't even use. You can save yourself hundreds of dollars a month. So you can find ways to cut costs and keep more money to yourself when you create a budget. Now, if you decide to create a budget, stop all investments. When you decide to get out of debt, stop all investments. I follow Dave Ramsey's plan where you have $1,000 emergency fund and you take all of your money and start paying towards your debt. You list your debt from smallest to largest. I don't care about the interest rate, nor does Dave. Just pay off the smallest debt and move on to the next and to the next, and you call that the debt snowball effect. Now, once you've paid off all of your debt, now you can start investing 15% of your income back into retirement. Now you can start investing into your kids' college fund, that 529 plan. Now you can create a 3 to 6 months of emergency fund of living expenses. Then you can pay off your mortgage if your mortgage is the only thing that's left. If you don't have a mortgage, that's fine. If you like a mortgage, save up to 20%, put it down on that home, and finance it for 15 years. Save yourself a lot of interest that way. You have all this cash, so it can be done. You've been disciplined enough to pay off all of your debt. You can do the same thing with your mortgage, and you can be done with that mortgage in 5 to 7 years, if not sooner, depending upon your income. And then once you have access to all your income, you can do whatever you want. You can invest more money. You can give away more money. You can do a lot of things. You have options, and there's nothing better than having options. So I'm going to end this video. So like, comment, subscribe, share this video. Let me know what you think, if you think anything at all. All right, you guys take care. Peace.